drove, made a 4-hour drive, and got here at 6.
I never started creating music. I don't care if people like it or not.
This is our 3rd time.
I've been following him for 6 years now.
I pride myself on being a good singer. I want to go out there and sing really well because when I do sing really well, it makes me feel good. And then hopefully that will just sort of translate to the audience. I'm not concerned with being the best or the biggest or you know what I mean? Like I'm not like Kanye. I don't care if people like it, and if they do, you know, if they do, that's great. If they don't, I'm not gonna freak out. So it's not about that for me. It's not about the applause. It's not about living for that reaction. It's about writing something that I truly think is good, you know? And I just have a hard time with that because no matter how many shows I sell out or how many people say nice things to me or how many people want to do interviews with me, I still at the end of the day am sitting there wondering if it was good enough for me. One of the best compliment I've ever gotten and that I can ever receive is when people tell me that I sound better live than I do on record. I would say off of Little Hell, there's a song called Oh Sister, which is one of my favorites because it's about my sister. I don't play it that much because it's difficult to sing live. I don't mean physically, I mean like emotionally. It's difficult to sing live. And certain songs, when you write about, you know, personal things, sometimes no matter how much I try to make it just a job, a performance, it becomes, you know, I start thinking too much about what I wrote it about, and it can get a little, it's difficult to sing when you're trying not to cry.
What was the first concert you ever been to?
First concert I ever went to was a Bryan Adams concert with my mom and sister. Bryan Adams is, I don't know if you know Bryan Adams, he's Canadian. He sang Summer of '69 and Cuts Like a Knife and, oh, Everything I Do It For You. Robin Hood soundtrack. Huge hit. I was a child, but the first like real concert that I went to, like life-changing moment, was I went and saw Neil Young, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden play when I was 12 years old, 13 years old, in Toronto. And that was a big moment for me because I got to see Pearl Jam, who were my favorite band, but then I got to see them play with Neil Young, who was their favorite. And it was like, turned me on to Neil Young, and yeah, it was just made me want to get up there and do it myself.
And if you were, you know, to give advice to young artists, what would you say?
Well, I would say that luck has a lot to do with it. That would be an honest opinion, because it doesn't matter how talented you are. You need to be lucky as well, you know. And I've considered myself very, very lucky to have had the opportunities that I've had and been given. But it's also what you do with those lucky opportunities. So if one door opens, run through it and don't look back, and keep trying to get through as many as you can. But I would say nowadays, don't be concerned with, you know, be more concerned with being good first. As much as that's hard to do these days because it doesn't matter. Yeah, just listen to lots of music, and don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to one thing. Listen to as much as you can, because there's beautiful music out there, all kinds of it. And the more open-minded of a listener you are, the more open-minded you'll be as a songwriter. And maybe play some shows too before you know, get a Twitter profile. Or maybe don't just put YouTube covers on and hope that you get discovered. Maybe go and try and sing somewhere for people, and you know. But again, that would be my advice. But I'm not from this generation now. I've moved on, you know. And maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. I mean, all these kids are becoming famous because of YouTube. So maybe I'm just an old fart who doesn't know what I'm talking about. So maybe my best advice would be, don't listen to what I have to say.